The strange encounter Captain Jack walked alone through the dark corridors of Docking Station Epsilon. His boots echoed as he moved past locked storage rooms and old metal crates. It was late, and most of the workers had already left. But Jack liked walking here, far from the noise of the busy upper levels. Here, in this quiet place, he felt peace. But tonight, something was different. In the corner of a dusty storage area, Jack noticed a large crate. It looked old but strong, with strange symbols glowing faintly on its surface. The symbols were not from any language Jack knew. Curious, he touched the crate, and the symbols lit up brighter. A soft humming sound filled the air. Suddenly, the crate unlocked itself with a quiet click. The top slowly opened. Inside the crate was a girl. But not just any girl. She was alien, beautiful, and strange. Her skin was smooth and seemed to glow with soft blue light. Her hair was long and dark, floating gently around her head as if moved by an invisible wind. Her eyes opened slowly, glowing softly in the dim light. Jack stepped back in surprise. The alien girl looked at him calmly and whispered, "Scrub me, human. Spray me with water and I'll bond with you." Her voice was soft but clear. Her words made no sense to Jack. What did she mean by bond? Why did she ask to be scrubbed and sprayed with water? Jack's heart raced. He looked around. There was no one else here. The girl sat up slowly in the crate, her glowing skin shining brighter now. She reached out her hand toward him, though. Confused, Jack felt drawn to her. Something about her felt sad and peaceful at the same time. She seemed lost, maybe even afraid. "What's your name?" Jack asked gently. The girl tilted her head slightly, as if she didn't understand. But then she smiled faintly and whispered again, "Scrub me, human, and I will show you." Jack took a deep breath. Maybe this was some kind of alien ritual. Or maybe it was a trap, but the look in her glowing eyes didn't seem dangerous. It felt desperate. Carefully, Jack reached into the crate and helped her out. She felt light and warm in his arms. Her skin was cool to the touch, almost like smooth stone. As he held her, he noticed faint patterns on her skin, beautiful swirls and lines that glowed softly. The patterns seemed to move slowly, like liquid under her skin. It was unlike anything he had ever seen before. "Come with me," Jack said softly. He carried her back to his ship. His ship, the Starblade, was quiet and small, perfect for quick jobs and quiet nights. But tonight, it felt like something new was about to begin. Inside his ship, Jack placed the alien girl gently on a small bed in the medical bay. He found a bowl of clean water and a soft cloth. Though he still didn't fully understand, he felt he should do as she asked. Slowly, he dipped the cloth in water and wiped her arms. As soon as water touched her skin, the glow became brighter. The patterns on her skin danced and shifted, forming strange symbols that Jack didn't know. The girl closed her eyes and sighed deeply. As if the water was healing her, Jack continued gently scrubbing her arms, then her shoulders. He was careful and respectful, with each wipe of the wet cloth. Jack felt something strange. It was as if he could hear her thoughts. He didn't hear words exactly, but he felt her emotions, loneliness, fear, and hope. It was a strange but peaceful feeling. After a few minutes, the girl opened her eyes again. "Thank you, human," she whispered. Her voice sounded a little stronger now. "You don't know how long I have waited?" Jack sat beside her, still confused but curious. "Waited for what?" he asked. The girl smiled faintly. "For you?" she whispered. Then she reached up and gently touched his face. Suddenly, a wave of warmth passed through Jack's mind. It felt as if a door had opened inside his head. He could feel her presence. Now calm and close, their minds were starting to connect, even without words. But before he could speak again, a loud alarm echoed through the ship. Jack jumped to his feet. The computer spoke, "Warning. Unknown ship approaching at high speed. The alien girl sat up quickly, her glowing eyes serious now. "They have found me," she said, her voice full of fear. Jack looked at her, and then at the flashing red lights. Who were they? Why were they after her? And what did this bond really mean? The adventure had just begun, and Jack knew there was no turning back now. The cleaning ritual inside the Starblade, Captain Jack's mind raced. Who were these mysterious pursuers? Why did this alien girl need water? And what did bonding really mean? The ship's alarm still echoed softly, but the strange alien girl, glowing softly, reached out and touched his hand. Her skin felt cool and smooth. Oh, she spoke gently. "Please, Jack. Finish cleaning me. I am weak. Water helps me live." Jack hesitated only a moment. His curiosity was stronger than his fear. He carried a bowl of fresh water to her side. His hands shook slightly as he dipped a soft cloth into the water. Again, the cloth was warm, and as he placed it on her shoulder, her skin lit up brightly. Strange moving symbols appeared again on her arms and chest. They shifted like flowing rivers. Jack wiped carefully, watching in amazement as her skin changed. Her breathing became easier. Her glowing eyes closed for a moment, as if she could finally relax. Jack gently cleaned her arms, shoulders, and back. Every drop of water seemed to heal her. Then, she whispered something that made his heart beat faster. "With every stroke, your mind touches mine. Our thoughts are becoming one." Jack froze. Was she reading his mind? He felt something. Not exactly words, but emotions. He could sense her sadness, her loneliness, and her trust. He wiped more water across her neck and hands as he cleaned. Jack felt his own memories rise up, his childhood, his time. As a young pilot, his losses and victories. It was as if she could see inside him without asking. Her name, Alara, suddenly appeared clearly in his thoughts. He hadn't asked her name, but now he knew it. It was as if she had placed it gently. In his mind, "You understand now," she whispered softly. "I come from a race that bonds through water and touch. It is how we survive and connect. I escaped from my captors, but they are close." Jack listened carefully while continuing the ritual. His cloth moved across her smooth, glowing skin. Every part of her body he touched seemed to awaken new symbols. It was beautiful, almost magical. Suddenly, the ship rocked gently. A warning light flashed. The enemy's ship was getting closer. Alara sat up straight, her glow brighter now. "Jack, we must hurry. You must spray me fully with water. That will complete the bond," she said urgently. "Only then will I have the strength to help you." Jack paused again. Could he trust her? Her glowing eyes locked onto his, full of both fear and hope. Jack knew there was no time left. He rushed to a storage compartment and grabbed a spray bottle filled with clean water. Standing before her, he hesitated only one more second. Then he sprayed the water gently across her whole body. As the mist covered her, her entire form lit up. Her skin glowed with beautiful patterns, symbols swirling faster now. Alara gasped and smiled. The bond was happening. Jack felt it too. His thoughts felt lighter, faster, suddenly. He could feel her inside his mind completely, not as a stranger, but as a partner. They were connected. Jack could sense her knowledge. Her skills, her emotions. Alara whispered one final word, "Complete," and smiled. Then, the ship rocked violently again, a direct hit from the enemy's weapons. Jack jumped to the pilot's seat, but this time, something was different. His hands moved faster than ever. His mind felt clear, like he could see every detail of the controls at once. Lara's voice was now inside his thoughts, guiding him calmly. "Jack, let's fly together. I will help you escape." The bond had given him something incredible, but danger was closing in fast. The enemy ship was right outside. Ilara's glow filled the room. Jack took a deep breath, ready to face whatever was coming. His adventure with Ilara was just beginning, and this bond between them was now their only hope. The hidden secrets inside the Starblade, Captain Jack felt the bond grow stronger. His mind and Ilara's mind were now connected. He could feel her thoughts, her emotions, and her quiet sadness, but also her strength. The bond was real, and it had changed him in ways he did not fully understand yet. Jack moved quickly to the cockpit. Through the window, he could see a dark, sharp-shaped ship chasing them. It was fast and dangerous. The enemy's weapons glowed red, ready to fire again. Ilara stood behind him, her glowing skin shining brighter than before. Her patterns moved across her body like flowing water. She touched the back of Jack's neck gently. "Jack, you must know the truth," she whispered, her voice filled with sorrow. Jack's hands froze on the controls. "What? Truth?" he asked carefully. He could already feel that this was something important. Ilara's thoughts flowed into his mind like soft waves. She showed him memories, images, flashing quickly. He saw a strange alien world, full of tall silver towers. In one tower, scientists worked around glowing tanks. Inside the tanks were beings like Ilara, glowing softly. They were not born naturally. They were made, clones, grown for a purpose. Ilara's voice echoed in his mind. "My people made me. We were created to be living weapons," she said. "We can bond with other minds, share our thoughts, our skills, and help pilots fight better. But we were never free." Jack felt her pain as if it was his own. He saw her memories of escape running through cold corridors, guards chasing her, blaster fire, alarms, and fear. Finally, she found that crate and hid herself, waiting for someone, anyone, who might help. "Jack, they are my creators," she said, pointing at the enemy ship. "They have come to take me back." Jack took a deep breath. This was more than just a chase now. He understood she wasn't just a lost traveler. She was a prisoner who had broken free. The enemy ship fired again. A bright beam flashing past the Starblade. Jack pulled hard on the controls, dodging quickly. Ilara's mind helped guide his hands. Every move felt natural, fast, perfect, inside his thoughts. Ilara spoke calmly. "Jack, if they capture me, they will erase my mind. All my memories, all that I am, will be gone." Jack's heart ached. He knew he couldn't let that happen. But he also knew the danger was growing. The enemy ship was faster and stronger. He needed a plan. "Ilara, can you help me fight them?" he asked. Ilara nodded, her glowing patterns swirling faster. "Yes, but you must trust me completely. We must merge our thoughts fully, not just for flying, but for fighting too." Jack hesitated. This was risky. The bond was already strong, but full merging could change him forever. Would he still be himself? Would he become something else? But there was no time to doubt. He looked at her and nodded. "Do it," he said firmly. Ilara stepped closer and placed both hands on his head. A soft blue light surrounded them. Jack felt warmth, like sunlight, through clouds. Then he felt Ilara completely, not just her thoughts, but her very being. Her memories, her hopes, her fears, her strength, all flowed into him. His mind felt bigger now, faster. He could think in new ways. He could see the enemy ship's movements before they happened. It was incredible, but strange too. In that moment, Ilara whispered inside his mind, "We are one now, Jack. We fight together. We live together." Jack tightened his grip on the controls. The enemy ship swooped around, preparing for another attack. But this time, Jack was ready. He flew the Starblade in ways no human pilot ever could. Sharp turns, fast spins, sudden dives. The enemy ship fired but missed, again and again. But even as they fought, Jack knew the truth. The enemy would not give up. Alara was too valuable to them, and now? She was part of him. The real fight was just beginning. Jack had a choice to make: run forever, or face them and end this. Alara's voice whispered again inside his mind. Whatever you choose, I will stay with you. You saved me, Jack. And now I will help you fight. Their bond was complete. The hidden secret had been revealed, but more danger was coming fast, and Jack was ready to face it. The chase begins. Captain Jack gripped the controls of the Starblade. Alara's presence inside his mind made everything feel different. His thoughts were faster, clearer. He could sense what the enemy pilot was about to do. Every movement of his ship felt smooth, perfect. But the enemy ship was still behind them. It followed closely, firing blasts of red energy that lit up the dark space around them. The shields of the Starblade glowed as they absorbed the hits. But they would not hold forever. Alara's voice spoke gently inside Jack's mind. Jack, I can help you. I can show you paths you cannot see. But you must trust my guidance completely. Jack nodded. I trust you, he whispered aloud at that moment. He felt her mind connect deeper with his. Suddenly, he could see a map of nearby space appear. In his thoughts, tiny glowing paths, safe routes, hidden asteroid fields all became clear in his mind. Without hesitation, Jack dove toward a thick asteroid belt nearby. The rocks floated silently in space. Turning slowly, they were dangerous. One wrong move could destroy the ship, but Alara guided his hands with calm precision. Left, right, down. Sharp turn. She whispered inside his mind. Jack followed every command, weaving through the giant rocks. Behind them, the enemy ship followed, but struggled. It was larger, less agile. Jack felt adrenaline rush through his body. This was no ordinary chase. It was a test of trust and skill, and he was not alone anymore as they weaved through the rocks. Jack asked her, "Why are they so determined to catch you?" Alara's thoughts felt heavy, full of sadness. "They cannot allow one of their weapons to escape," she said. "They fear what I might become. Free and bonded with a human." Her words made Jack's heart tighten. She was treated like a tool by her creators, but now she was alive, thinking, feeling, and free. He knew he could not let them take her back. Suddenly, an alert flashed on the screen. "Enemy locking weapons," the ship's computer said calmly. Jack could almost feel the enemy pilot's frustration. They were preparing a heavy missile, one that could destroy the Starblade completely. Alara reacted first. In Jack's mind, she whispered a new plan. Turn sharply to the right. Fly toward that small moon. They won't expect it without questioning her. Jack followed her instructions. The ship twisted sharply, engines roaring as they sped toward a small rocky moon. The enemy missile fired, but it missed, racing past them and vanishing into the dark. A moment of relief washed over Jack. But it was not over. Alara whispered again. "They will send more ships soon. We cannot run forever. We must think of a way to fight." Jack understood. This chase would not end unless they made it end. He needed a plan, and Alara's knowledge could help. As they flew low over the moon's rocky surface, Jack asked her, "Do you know their weaknesses?" Alara's thoughts felt sharp now, focused. Yes. Their ship relies on one main power core, hidden at the back. If we hit that, they will be disabled. Jack smiled slightly. That was the advantage they needed. His heart beat faster. He was not just running anymore. He was preparing to strike back. Alara's glow filled the small cockpit. Her patterns danced faster across her skin. Her eyes met Jack's for a moment, together, without speaking aloud. They shared the same thought. This was their moment to turn the tables. The enemy ship followed close behind. Jack could feel its pilot's anger and confusion. They had not. Expected the star blade to escape so easily, they had underestimated the bond between a human and an alien girl. Jack pulled back on the controls, lifting the ship quickly out of the moon's gravity. The enemy followed, and that was exactly what he wanted. Ilara's voice whispered softly but firmly, "Now, Jack, turn and fight." Without hesitation, Jack spun the ship around sharply. Face to face with the enemy, this was no longer a chase. This was the beginning of their fight for freedom. Jack's fingers hovered over the weapon's controls, his mind and Ilara's mind working perfectly as one. Their bond was strong, their purpose clear together. They were ready to fight back. Together, they would show that this chase was over. The real battle was about to begin. The battle bond Captain Jack sat in the pilot's seat, his fingers ready over the controls across from him. Ilara's glowing form stood calmly. Her skin shimmered with moving symbols, and her glowing eyes were focused. They could both feel the enemy ship approaching fast. But this time, Jack and Ilara were ready. In Jack's mind, Ilara whispered softly, "Jack, our bond gives you more than fast reflexes. It gives you my knowledge, my skills, my experience." Jack smiled slightly, feeling her thoughts blending with his. He wasn't flying alone anymore. Every control, every button, every motion felt natural, as if they were sharing the same body outside. The enemy ship moved into attack position, its heavy cannons glowed red, ready to fire. Jack felt no fear. He closed his eyes for a moment, sensing Ilara's presence fully. Her mind and his were perfectly in sync. "Let's show them what we can do together," Jack whispered. Ilara's patterns glowed brighter in response. The enemy fired the first shot, a massive blast that raced toward them. But before Jack could even think, his hands moved, with Ilara guiding him. He spun the starblade in a sharp roll, dodging the blast perfectly. The enemy ship fired again and again, but Jack dodged every shot. He felt like he could see their moves before they happened, inside his mind. Ilara shared knowledge about the enemy ship. They have a blind spot near their engine core. She said, "If we get behind them, we can disable their power completely." Jack pushed the throttle forward, speeding toward the enemy. He dove under their ship, spinning fast, then looped around to their rear. The enemy tried to follow, but they were slower. Jack could sense the enemy pilot's frustration. Their ship was built for strength, not speed. Now behind them, Jack targeted their engine core. Ilara guided his aim with precision. Every movement felt perfect, like music. Together, they were like one pilot with 4 hands and 2 minds. Jack fired 2 quick blasts, hitting the enemy's engines directly. Sparks and fire exploded from the rear of the enemy ship. Their engines failed, and their ship drifted slowly into space, disabled, but not destroyed. Inside the cockpit, Jack and Ilara shared a moment of quiet victory, but Ilara spoke quickly. "Jack, this is not over. Their distress signal is active. More ships will come." Jack nodded. He knew they could not stay here. But for now, they had won this fight, and he felt stronger than ever. Ilara sat beside him, her glow softer now, but peaceful. She smiled gently. "You did well, Jack. We did well." Jack turned to her. "What exactly is this bond doing to me?" he asked. Ilara hesitated, then answered softly, "You are changing. Slowly, your mind is learning to think as we do. Soon, you will feel emotions and thoughts the way my kind feels them. Deeper, faster, more connected." Jack thought about her words. It felt strange, but good. He could sense her emotions clearly. No lies, no fear between them. They trusted each other completely. Suddenly, the ship's scanner beeped. A new signal appeared on the screen. Several ships approaching fast. Bigger ships, stronger weapons. The enemy was coming back. Shka's heart pounded, but this time he felt ready. The bond with Alara had made him faster. Sharper, stronger. Alara looked at him with calm, glowing eyes. We must leave this sector, but when we are ready, we will fight them again. Together, she said. Jack nodded. His mind was clear, no doubt, no hesitation. He plotted a fast course out of the sector. His hands moved quickly over the controls, guided by Alara's mind. As the Starblade shot into hyperspace, leaving the enemy ships behind, Jack felt something new. Alara was not just a passenger anymore. She was part of him now. Their bond was not only physical or mental, it was emotional too. Jack whispered, "Whatever happens next, we face it together." Alara smiled, her glow warming the small cockpit. "Yes, Jack." Always, but in the distance, far beyond their view. Enemy commanders were already preparing something more dangerous. The chase was over, but the real war was just beginning. Jack knew this was only the first battle, and he was ready for all that would come next, because now he was not alone. The battle bond between a human and an alien girl had made them stronger than any enemy could imagine. The enemy's the Starblade raced through hyperspace. The stars stretched into long streaks of light outside the window. Inside the cockpit, Jack sat quietly, his hands resting on the controls beside him. Alara's glow was soft but steady, though. They had escaped the battle. Jack's mind was full of questions. The bond between him and Alara had grown deep. He could sense her thoughts and emotions clearly now. But he also sensed something she was hiding. After a long silence, Jack finally asked Alara, "Why did they want you back so badly? Is there something you haven't told me?" Alara's glowing eyes dimmed slightly. Her patterns slowed across her skin. She turned toward Jack, sadness filling her expression. "There is more. Much more," she whispered. Jack leaned forward, listening carefully. In his mind, Alara shared images again, but these were darker. He saw her creators, not just as scientists, but as rulers. A cold, powerful alien empire, controlling entire planets. "They didn't just make me to be a weapon," she said slowly. "They made me to control humans." Jack froze. "What do you mean?" asked carefully. Alara lowered her head slightly. "My creators studied your species for years. They learned that human emotions, human minds, could be influenced by my kind. They planned to send us as companions to important human leaders. Through bonding, we would guide their thoughts, push them into making decisions that served the Empire." Her words hit Jack like a punch to the chest. His mind raced. Was this bond part of that plan? Was Alara sent to control him? Alara's voice grew soft, almost pleading. "But I ran away before they could send me. I never wanted to be a tool, a puppet. I want to live. I want to choose. And I chose you, Jack." Her emotions flowed into Jack's mind. He could feel her fear, her sadness, and most of all, her honesty. She was not lying. Her escape had been real. Her feelings true. Jack took a deep breath. This was bigger than he thought. If what she said was true, the Empire didn't just want her back. They wanted to use her to begin controlling humanity itself. He realized something else. The bond they shared was not just an accident. It was something rare and dangerous. The Empire would stop at nothing to capture them both. Alara touched Jack's arm gently. "I understand if you don't trust me anymore," she whispered. Her glow dimmed and her patterns slowed. Jack could feel her sadness filling the room. But instead of pushing her away, Jack reached out and held her hand. "I do trust you, Alara," he said quietly. "You ran away from them, and you chose freedom. That's what matters." Alara's glow brightened slightly. Her patterns flowed again, faster and smoother. Hope returned to her eyes. Jack turned back to the controls. He checked the scanner. More enemy ships were already searching for them. They didn't have much time. In his mind, Alara whispered, "There's a place, a hidden planet, where I can finish the bond fully. If we go there, we can make our connection permanent. Stronger than anything the Empire can break. But it's dangerous." "They know about it too." Jack nodded. "Then that's where we go," he said firmly. "If we finish this bond, they can't control it anymore. It will belong to us alone." Alara smiled. Her trust in Jack was complete now. Together, they plotted a course for the hidden planet, a place where their bond could become unbreakable. But as the Starblade prepared to leave hyperspace, Jack could feel the danger waiting ahead. Enemy ships, traps, betrayals. The road would not be easy. Still, he felt ready. With Alara by his side, and inside his mind, he was stronger than ever before. The enemy's truth had been revealed. Their goal was not just to capture Alara, but to use her as a tool to control humanity itself. Jack knew this was no longer just about survival. It was about freedom for himself, for Alara, and maybe for all of humanity. The next battle would decide everything, and Jack was prepared. He whispered softly, "Let's finish this, Alara." Together, Alara's glow filled the cockpit. "Yes, Jack." Together, she whispered. Outside the window, the stars shimmered. A new chapter of their journey was about to begin. The final stand, the hidden planet, appeared before them. Dark clouds covered its surface, lightning flashed across its skies. Strange mountains and glowing rivers of energy stretched as far as Jack could see. This was where Alara's kind had first been created. This was the place where their bond could be completed. Jack guided the Starblade carefully toward the surface. Alara stood beside him, her glow soft but steady. Her patterns danced slowly, reflecting her deep emotions. In Jack's mind, she whispered, "This place holds the secret of my people. The final bond can only be completed here." "But they will come, Jack. They won't let us finish easily." Jack nodded. "I'm ready," he said quietly, and he truly was. Their journey had changed him completely. He was no longer just a human pilot. He was something more now. Part of him was bonded with Alara, and he could feel her strength inside him. As they landed, the ground trembled. The scanners lit up. Enemy ships had arrived, more than Jack had ever seen before. They surrounded the planet like a net. The enemy was determined to stop them. Alara touched Jack's hand gently, her eyes glowing with fierce determination. "Jack, we can't run anymore. We must fight. We must protect this bond," she said. Jack looked at her. "Then we fight," he whispered. He powered up the weapons of the Starblade. But this time, he felt different. He could sense the enemy ships as if he was part of the battle already. Alara's knowledge and instincts guided him perfectly. The first enemy ship attacked, but Jack spun the Starblade sharply. Dodging with ease, he fired back, hitting the enemy's engines with perfect aim. One by one, the enemy ships fell, but more kept coming. Alara's voice echoed in his mind. "Jack, we can't destroy them all, but we can finish the bond. If we do, I can give you one last gift. The power to protect us both." Jack felt a wave of warmth and trust. He nodded quickly. "Do it," he said. Alara stepped forward and placed her hands on his head. Her glow became blinding. Her patterns flowed faster than ever, covering her entire body in beautiful moving light. Jack felt the bond complete itself. It was like his mind expanded beyond the limits of his body. He could see every enemy ship, every weapon, every movement. But he could also feel something else, control over energy itself. Alara had given him a piece of her true power outside. The enemy commander watched from his flagship. His cold voice echoed through the communication channel. "Return our creation, human. This is your last chance," he said. Jack smiled calmly. "She's not your creation anymore," he replied. "She's free. And so am I." With a thought, Jack reached out. The glowing rivers on the planet's surface rose into the air. Streams of pure energy surrounded the starblade. Jack used this power to strike back. The energy beams raced into space, disabling ship after ship in an instant. The enemy fleet panicked. They had never seen a power like this before. The battle ended quickly. The enemy ships retreated. Their empire had lost control. A single human and a single alien girl had defeated them together. Inside the starblade, Jack and Alara sat quietly. The glow around them faded slowly. Their bond was now permanent, unbreakable. Alara smiled gently. "Jack, it's done. We're free," she whispered. Jack nodded. "Yes, we're free," he said. He looked out at the stars. The adventure that had begun with a simple request, "Scrub me, human. Spray me with water," had led them to this moment. A bond that was stronger than any enemy. A bond that could never be broken. And though he knew more challenges would come, he felt ready, because now he was never alone. Alara's voice whispered softly in his mind, "Wherever you go, Jack, I'll be with you." Always, and together, they flew into the stars. Not as prisoner and rescuer, but as partners, bonded forever.